an engineer that I know, and she had grown into a director role, and she was responsible, she was at a startup, and she was responsible for overseeing a product team, an engineering team, lots of different roles, and her startup at that time had the opportunity to potentially get a Fortune 500 client. It was a make or break deal. It's just like, holy cow, this client says that if we build such and such, they will switch from our competitor to using our tool. This has a huge signaling value. This could be a turnaround moment for our organization. I cannot wait for you to build this. And so the director, let's just call her Emily. Emily's like, great, got it. And everybody's so excited. And there are people who are excited because they think it's going to generate money. There are people who are excited because they think it's going to have tons of press. There are people who are excited because it's just a really interesting engineering problem. But she's just like, you know what? Like, I heard the feedback. I knew we had to get started on this. And so the first thing I did was let's just get the, I'm going to deal with all the feedback in turn, but let's just get this thing rolling. Let's just keep going. So she starts building it. And I think they have like 5 or 6 months to build it. And around month 2 or 3, she's taking her initial prototype and she goes to the Fortune 500 client and she says, hey, I'm so excited. I want to get your feedback. We're so excited to work with you. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm really excited. I wanted to make sure you got feedback early, all those things. And the client says, well, this is great, but why doesn't it integrate with our database? And Emily is just like, what database, right? Like, nobody told me we had to integrate with the database. The database is going to take us like 2 to 3 more months of work. No one said this to me. She doesn't say that to the client. But she go back to her VP and CEO, and she's just like, listen, if you have conversations with the client or you've had conversations, if there's something we have to implement, you need to tell me because otherwise, I'm not going to be able to have the team and be able to build this for you. And so CEO is like, yeah, we could have handled that better. We could have given you more feedback early on. The VP is like, yeah, but I really appreciate you just rolling with it. I'm so excited. This is aren't startup days crazy? And she's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build the world's most beautiful plan. And I'm going to show you exactly how much time it's going to take to be able to build every single feature. And I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page because if we have any other surprises, I don't know. And she went to her VP and she's like, see this plan. If we have any more surprises, like crazy idea, free trial experience, something crazy out of the moon, I want to make sure that you know that we can't do it and we need to be able to say no. You guys know where this is going, right? Yeah. So they're building it. They've done a really, really great job. And all of a sudden, it's a week before their deadline is supposed to happen. And the CEO, the VPs, there's this high-level management meeting. Everybody comes out. And her VP comes straight to her. And he says, hey, Emily, right? Like, I'm trying to remember. I know we had this conversation a while ago, and the CEO was asking. I can't remember. Did we decide we were going to do the free trial experience or not? And Emily's just like, holy cow. Like, literally the one conversation I did not want to have happen, right? We talked about this. We both agreed that we weren't going to have any more features. And the feature that I said that I was just making up in that moment that I absolutely did not want to do was free trial experience. And so she's like, we can't do that. That doesn't make any sense. Like, that's going to be so hard to implement. And she called in her engineer, and she's like, engineer, please tell our VP why this is so hard and why we can't do this. And the engineer tried. And the VP is like, yeah, but our CEO really needs it, and that's what we need to do. And so in a week, they built the world's worst free trial experience ever, and they launched with it. And what do you think happened? Yeah. Didn't work, right? It crashed and burned. It was not the successful. They had done so much work, and then the last week, the week where they should have been working on bugs, they should have been working on all these other things. The free trial, how do you get somebody to use a buggy product off of a really, really buggy free trial user experience? Like, this does not add up, right? So if you go to Emily and you say, Emily, what happened there, right? What do you feel like the mistakes might be? Yeah.
She was directing downwards, but not upwards.
Oh, you are so astute. Yes, that's absolutely right. She wasn't necessarily thinking about especially in the director role, you really have to be thinking about you're managing your peers, you're managing the people underneath you, and you are managing the people above you. And especially for director role, you are right in the thick of it.